Hello everyone, are you ready for some open source? I'm really keen to get you green squares. And you might think, well, why do I want green squares? Well, if you think of the micro, the green squares are just every day doing a few green squares, moving your activity, your profile along. But then in the macro, so in the bigger picture, in 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, you're going to get the job, the money, the clients, everything that you want and that you deserve. So I'm really keen to look at the micro for now. We have Hacktoberfest coming up in a couple of weeks. It's going to be a really interesting month. October is going to be great. And for those of you who don't know what Hacktoberfest is, it is going to be where we contribute to open source. If you get 4 pull requests, then you get t-shirts and swag. And I think I've got my bag from my parcel from last year kind of behind me. I can dig that out and show you what that looks like. And the swag and the stickers and the t-shirts are all great, but it's really important. Eddie, the mic has a weird hum. That's probably just me. The mic's floating in the wrong place. Yeah, that's kind of, okay, you know what? Let's trust Andrew to pick that up. Okay, but I'm not sure about the weird hum. I am in a different office today, at the moment, because I did have a water leak and the floor's being changed at the moment, so I had to move to a temporary room. So I'm not sure about the hum. Maybe it's just my voice. Let's see how we get on. Does anyone else hear the hum? Let me know. But yeah, so it's not just about the swag and the stickers and that sort of stuff. It is also about improving your profile, learning, networking, which then leads to the getting job offers, all the rest from GitHub. There are other platforms. I know people rage about LinkedIn and so on. I've never got anything from LinkedIn apart from spam, and a lot of it. Whereas GitHub has actually given me so much. It's an awesome platform, and it is a bit scary at first. Even if you've got 1 month experience or have 20 years experience, it can be scary, all these different terminologies. But we're going to take you through that today. And I'm really keen to get you some green squares today. So I'm going to do some green square stuff, and you're going to do some green square stuff, and then together we should get lots of green squares. Let's see. Yeah, there's a hum, but it's okay. Interesting. Don't know where the hum's coming from. Like I said, I'm in temporary rooms. If I quickly show you the temporary room that I'm in, I think this is the one we want. This is kind of temporary room that I'm in, and there's just cables just everywhere and all. It's not done properly, so apologies for that. I can turn down the mic slightly if it's a bit annoying, and hopefully, yeah, I don't know. I can't explain it. It's gonna be a cable touching something else. It's gonna be some interference. Let's have a look at my screen. Let's have a look at this. So the hum is probably still there, but I'm hoping it's bearable, not too bad. Right, I haven't been catching up in the chat, but I got some really good comments, and I really appreciate the positive feedback that I got from all of you. It's really great. That gives me energy to do more live streams, and I've got quite a few planned coming up over the next few weeks as we enter into Hacktoberfest and Hacktoberfest month as well. I've been away for a few weeks, so that's why I haven't done much live streaming. But it's so good to be back, and it's so good to be here, be with all of you. It's not annoying. Hum, what's going on? Stephen, trust you. Good to have you here. I hope you're doing well. So, yes, what was I saying? I've forgotten. Reminder about Hacktoberfest. Yes, so Hacktoberfest is encouraging more people into open source, and open source is not just about code. It's more about collaboration and community and working together. The documentation, the translation, the code is kind of like a positive side effect from that. Yes, it did start off as code, but now it's more about the community. Like when I'm hiring people for myself or for my clients, I look at people's GitHub. I don't look at it for what you think I'm looking for. Yes, I do want to see what your kind of code looks like, but actually that's not my number one priority. My number one priority is to see how you collaborate with other people. Do you give constructive feedback in a way that is more encouraging rather than demotivating? And things like that. And also I want to see that whatever your state your code is in today, that it's better than it was a few months ago. So it shows that you're learning and improving. So do share anything you're learning or playing with. Make it open source. Don't wait until it's ready. Right. Okay, let's have a look. Let's do some open source. Okay, so remember, green squares, generally speaking on GitHub, is raising an issue, raising a discussion. And for those of you who don't know who a discussion is, I can show you. Let's have a look. If I go to our organization, which is here, this is our community organization. in our support repo, where you can ask questions, conversations, etc., there is a discussions tab, and this is new. Now that I'm in the GitHub Stars program, yes, I get boxes of swag that you've probably seen from social media. I've still got another box I need to open as well. We also get a discussions tab, and so if I go to this tab, and if you're in our community, in our GitHub organization, you might be getting some notifications for this. And if you want to join our organization, just raise an issue on this support repo. I'll share a link in the chat, and I'll send you an invite to our GitHub organization. So these are discussions we're having, and then you can filter. So when you start a discussion, you can filter by general help, ideas, show and tell. I'm really keen for people to show and tell their open source projects, their open source portfolios. So do start a discussion and get some feedback. And then in a month's time, you can start another discussion if you want to get some more feedback if you've made changes. But yes, the point I was trying to make is by starting a discussion, you get a green square. It doesn't count towards Hacktoberfest, but it still gets you activity on your GitHub profile. And it's just kind of snowballs from there. So it's really important to do that. So do start a discussion, do raise an issue. And then you can work towards doing a pull request. And yes, you might start off with doing kind of a formatting pull request or a typo pull request, which is fine. It all adds value. If you're making it easier and better for the user, then it does add value. And then you can progress and build in to doing something that is more, more meaty, I think is the expression. So just get started is my biggest advice. I've missed some of the chat. Let me have a look and let me catch up on the chat. I'm going to skip all the hum ones. I'm not going to change anything about it now, so apologies for that. I'll do some more tests for next time. Just yesterday, I've received an email for a job opportunity starting with, we looked at your GitHub. That is awesome. I need to bring that up on the screen. Alex, that is epic. Like, I love that. And actually, what I'm thinking is, Alex, can I put that? I'm building myself a new website and I haven't deployed it yet. I'm just building a Tailwind and HTML. I'm thinking maybe putting Vue in there to remove the duplication of like code. But I'd love to put this on there. This is like brilliant. So, Alex, ping me in the Discord. Just send me a private DM and let me know if I can use this or not, because this is brilliant. This is golden. Really, really is. So thank you for that. I'll stop covering my face. Okay, you want to see the new haircut, right? All right, let me catch up. What else have we got? Stephen, it's not the end of the world. I think even if recruiters don't look at your GitHub account, people in the job can refer to you based upon your contributions. Yeah, recruiters aren't going to look. I think I've had some that have, actually. There are some becoming more aware of GitHub and they know they need to stand out a bit more. So it's starting to change that way. So I think it's really important to get that GitHub activity little and often. And we can talk and I can show you some examples about how to get your pull request merged. And the way to get it merged is make it smaller and explain what changes you've made. Don't say, oh, I changed line 13 from an and to an on, because they can see that in the pull request. But, kind of why did you change it? Does it make it more readable? Does it make more sense? And add a screenshot to the pull request. But yes, the smaller the pull request, the more likely it is to get reviewed. And people in our community know that. People who have done some awesome work, but raised, say, huge pull requests. I got to find time, like an hour or so, to review that pull request, test it. Whereas if someone has done one that is like 1 line, 2 lines, 4 lines, it's really clear and easy to see what's changed. And maybe I don't even need to test it because it looks good. Well, say there's not a lot to see and I can tell straight away it looks good. The big ones probably, big pull requests do also look good, but there's so much going on, I do want to test it properly first. And I'm more likely to merge the smaller ones quicker, so that's important. But Stephen makes a really good point. Don't hide your contributions and don't think, oh, I'll publish it when it's ready, because I'll tell you a secret. Your project will never be ready. It never finishes. These are living projects. And yes, you might stop working on it or you might take a pause on it, but it really is still living and you might make tweaks to it in the future. And they want to see your history of how you got to where you are. So you do want that history. That is really important. I should bring that up as well, actually. I like that. Really like that, Stephen. Never hide. Covering my face again. I can kind of go on tiptoes, but I'll lose a bit of my head. But don't hide your contributions. Exactly. You'll definitely help somebody else, and they might be your next tech lead. Yeah, exactly, right. Or you might help your own self. I've I've had issues before. I've been searching, and a month or two later, I've had the same issue, but I kind of forgotten how I fixed it the first time. I'm searching on Google and I find a pull request that I raised that hasn't been merged yet, but my pull request helped me fix it. And it's a shame the maintainer didn't merge it, or didn't say I'd merge it if you make these kind of 1-2 changes, etc., and so on. But I should really get the social stuff to appear on the right hand side rather right in front of my face. Okay, a few improvements. I've been out of it for a few weeks, bear with me, but still hopefully I'm providing you lots of value. And if I am, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. It really helps support the channel. Thank you very much. And subscribe if you haven't already, and maybe share the link with a friend. I'd really appreciate that. And head over to our Discord and we can chat between videos and live streams. Right, let me catch up a few more chat messages, and then we're going to make some contributions, and I want you to make some contributions. So who's ready? Who's in front of their computer? Right, open source in the chat. Let me know if you are ready to make some contributions, and we'll find some things. We do have some GitHub actions that I want to sprinkle through our repositories in our organization. And it might sound scary, but it's not that scary, because the custom action is already written. I just need you to add the config to the other repos in the organization. I think some of them have been done, but I think some still need them. We will check it out and see. And we'll find some other things that you can work on as well. Let's have a look. Okay, that was me writing a message. Oh, wow, the chat just bounced a long way down. Okay, I'm really slow. So do bear with me. Show and tells are awesome. I conducted a 3-hour session on my channel and discussion. Harsh, I missed that. I should have seen that. That would have been good. Can you DM me actually in Discord, and I'll pick it up afterwards, a link to that. I'd love to watch it and catch up on it, and make sure I've got notifications turned on for your channel as well. One of them I did turn down. Not sure what they've said, but it was not for me. Oh, I must have missed something. Oh, Stephen, I had 5 interviews. Oh, yeah. I'll let Andrew tell you about his situation. He's had a busy few weeks. Definitely. Those first to TikTok. Right, I want to skip the TikTok conversations and focus on GitHub. So while it's nice to have a GitHub account to show off what you do, I'm sure recruiters and employers care. Yeah, I think they do. Look, and I think, if I go back to my account, right, they probably, recruiters at this stage, when they're just kind of looking into GitHub, they probably go here and look at this. Is it green? And what does this number look like? They're not looking at, okay, how many issues have you raised? Because you're going to get a green square for issues. So someone might just be raising issues all the time, which adds value. So I'm not saying not to do it, but you kind of want to see a bit of in this graph, you do want to see variety, that people can do different things. But I bet you most of them are looking just at this. Is it mostly green or is it mostly gray? So that's why it's important to have activity. Don't worry about what the activity is. A lot of people won't dig down into it. It's good to have important activity, don't get me wrong, but it's important just to have activity to start with. I think that will get you past the recruiters and past HR. And then when you get to the engineering person, you can talk more about the awesome work that you've been doing and why you've done things in certain ways. Alex, sure I can. Thank you very much. That's awesome. But can you just DM it to me? DM that same thing. That will be awesome, and I can then use that on my website, and I put a link to your socials and give you credit and all the rest. So that we'll do that. Awesome. Andrew getting 3 jobs. Yeah, and we're never going to see Andrew anymore. Andrew, do we have a Code Mortals live stream tomorrow, or are you too busy working now? Oh, okay, open source. See lots of open source in the chat. Awesome. Okay. Yes, so Stephen mentioned Nux.js, which is based on Vue. We do have a live stream on that, I think next week or the week after. I'll set that up soon. And we do have some other awesome live streams coming up. Open source. Add me to the organization. Closed source. Andrew, you're fired. Right. So if you want to get added to the organization, let me share a link again. Just in issues, just raise an issue. Oh, some people have already. Brilliant. 7 minutes ago, 1 hour ago. So after the live stream, I will add you all to the organization as well. So if anyone else wants to get added, just raise an issue here as well. Andrew says we're still going to do our quiz tomorrow. Okay. Anyone wants to help me with questions? I will really appreciate that. So we're looking for just interesting tech questions. Let me know. I need like 15 of them, right? Andrew, we're doing 15 questions each this time, right? 1.5 rounds each. Okay, so let's have a look. Open source. Everyone's ready for open source, right? Bunny Bloods, should we learn Redux with React, or is React enough? React is just the view, so it's never enough. It's unlikely that your project is just going to need that. If you need state, which you probably do on most projects, you'll need something like RxJS or Redux and so on. Fired before I got paid. I don't know, where am I right? Right, okay, so let's have a look. Right, so the first thing that I want to do, I want all of us to do, is we're going to go to the community, the community organization. And you can see we have 114 people, so it's awesome. But what I want to look at is adding, if I go to the support repo and I actually show you what we added already. So in the support repo, we have a GitHub folder, so .github, and we have workflows, which is the GitHub actions. And we have a stale action, which is using another plugin, which Stephen added. So thank you very much, Stephen, for that. And you can add that to other repos as well. So this one could get added. So this is where we need to share it out. So we want some people to raise the issues, some people to raise the pull requests. And if the issue gets raised more than once, don't worry, it's good practice for you. And I will keep the one that has the best description. I used to do it, so I used to keep the one that was first and close the others. But we will keep the one that has the best description. So really think about it. So what I would like, I think it'd be great to start off with, is if you can go through all our repos in our organization. I think there's only like 7 or 8. And we need one issue raised for each repo that says add stale. What do they call it? Let's have a look. They just call it stale. So add the stale action to that repo that you're on, right? Okay, and then if someone wants to raise the pull request for that issue, what you actually need to do is just copy and paste this and raise an issue on that repo. Not on this repo because it has it already, but raise it on that issue. And effectively, you're adding an action. Let me show you, if I move out of the way a little bit, let me show you what this action actually does. So the name is just what we see. This is going to run on an event, right? So on means what event? Is it a commit? Is it a push? Oh, I've moved the wrong way. Let me move this way so I can get away from it. I forgot it's flipped. So yeah, on is the event. Let me see, I am out of the way now. Good. So yeah, in this case, it's a scheduler, like a cron. If you've used Linux before, you get a cron. So it's going to run on a cron. But other events are commits, raising issues, comments, and you'll see those in a second because our other action that I want you to add to the other repos are also looking for those types of events. And then this is saying, this is the job. So the job is called stale. And you can name that anything you want. It's how it appears on the GitHub actions, and I'll show you in a second. What it's going to run on is going to run on Ubuntu latest, and the steps it's going to perform. So it's not going to check out the code because it doesn't need the code to do this check. So it doesn't have a step for that, but it has a step for the actual plugin, the actual action that we're using. It's a pre-built one. So we're just configuring it here. Do raise questions in the chat if I miss something or something doesn't make sense. Just put a Q in front of it and I will know that it's a question. And then we need to pass it our GitHub token, so therefore it can access the repo on GitHub. And we don't have to create a secret for this. This is already available within the GitHub action, which is just so awesome. And then it's the message. So we can change these messages, but for now we can keep it simple. And these are the labels that we get added. So it's really straightforward, and it's a plugin that is pre-built and we use. So let me show you some of the other ones. So the community one is I built. So community is a custom GitHub action, and I can quickly show you how that looks, but I will do a live stream dedicated on writing our own GitHub action, because there is a GitHub action hackathon happening this week. Finishes on the 17th, I think it's Thursday, and there's prizes like up to $1,500 for writing a GitHub action. And actually, one of the actions I do want to write is to sort data. So we have a Hacktoberfest repo where you put your name in, and people don't always put it in alphabetical order. So rather than people updating the markdown, I thought it'd be great if they could just update a JSON file, and then we'll just sort it in the GitHub action and then create the README from that action. So that would be really, really awesome. Let's have a look. Oh, thanks, Alex, for subscribing as well. That's awesome. Hopefully I haven't missed too much in the chat. If I have, just copy and paste it and a few minutes later and write it again. Bunny says, most of your videos are about GitHub. Are you working for the GitHub company? Not yet. I am working on that. So GitHub, if you're watching, you need to hire me. So no, I'm not working for them, but I really love open source and getting more people into open source. And so, if there are other platforms, then GitHub for open source, but GitHub really is the main one. It really, really is. So don't work yet for them, but watch this space. I appreciate the support. So this is not the custom action. This is using the custom action that I wrote. So on the on, I have these events. I'm not going to go through them all in details because I don't want this live stream just to be about GitHub Actions. And I include 2 actions here. But my point is, this action needs to be on all our repos as well. And it's already added on some. But if you could have a look at our repos and see where this file doesn't exist on those repos within the organization, and create an issue, and if you want, raise the pull request, and it's literally just copying and pasting this file this contents into the same, it'll be a different repo name, so it won't say support, it'll be a different repo within our organization, but it will say .github workflows community.yaml. And then you've got a pull request and you've submitted kind of, a GitHub action improvement. Not a custom action, but using an existing action. And we will work on custom actions probably on Thursday. Right, let's have a look. What am I missing in the chat? Awesome GitHub action ideas. Awesome. So who has created any issues yet? I mean, shall I have a look? Who's created some? I should have got some notifications. I do see some notifications. Let's have a look. So come on everyone, raise an issue. Let me have a look. Who wants a bit more kind of help? Do you want me to go have a closer look and see what we can do? Let's pick the one at the top at the moment. So EddieBot. Let's have a look. If I go to GitHub, workflows, there is a community one already, but there isn't a stale one. So if someone could go and add an issue to say add stale bot GitHub add stale GitHub action, that would be the issue. You just need to go to issues and go to new and raise that. And then if someone wants to create it, they need to create a new file in this directory, and you will just copy it out from the support repo in stale.yaml. Literally just copy the contents of that into a new file in here called stale.yaml. The same name as what you see up here. And there you go, you got your green square for today. Green square for raising an issue, green square for the commit, and green square for the pull request. So you could kind of get 3 green squares, but I ask you to share it out. So if you're raising the issue, let someone else raise the pull request and vice versa. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully I see some more notifications coming in. If not, I can do it. Would you prefer that I did one to show you all kind of the flow of how it works? I'm more than happy to do it. I really want you to get the green squares because I have lots of green squares. Aha, I saw an issue come in. Brilliant. So if I go back to issues on here, add stalebot. Perfect. Thank you very much. That is awesome. Right, who wants to raise the pull request? And if you're an expert pull request raiser, then let somebody else do this and we'll find you something more difficult to do. So that's cool. Okay, right. Everyone's still following in the chat. Write open source in the chat if it's still making sense and you still want to get more green squares for today. We've got lots of things coming up. Don't worry. Issues and pull requests and discussions we've covered. That's lots of stuff. If you want to also, let me go back here to discussions. If you want to get your open source GitHub profile reviewed, like for example, this is mine. I think it looks okay. Any suggestions? Raise an issue. You can just click on this on my profile and you can raise an issue and give me some feedback. That'll be awesome. You'll get a green square for that. But if you want someone to review yours, then raise an issue in our discussions and other people will give you their feedback and their thoughts and suggestions. So definitely do that and you will get a green square for starting that discussion. So I highly recommend doing that. And it's open source is one of those things is you just need to get started and it snowballs. And now I have over 2,000 contributions for like the last 12 months without even thinking, without even trying. So definitely get started. Bunny says, can you make a video about GitHub Actions? I know you already made one, but I want how to code enable GitHub Actions and how to use. Yeah, I made one already. Let me know what was missing in that one. I am going to do another live stream on GitHub Actions. So that will be probably, Thursdays in 2 days. I will do one because I'm really keen to do another GitHub Action, a custom one. But before I do that live stream or before I create a new video, let me know what was missing in the last video so I know to include it or maybe explain something a bit more. So do let me know. but we'll do that. Might be cool to share what the raw button does for being able to copy and paste properly. Stephen, I'm not quite sure what you mean. Let me know. Might be cool. Oh, the raw button. I was trying to read it fast, and yeah, it does. Bear with me. I got it now. So the raw button is right. If I go to one of the projects, I'm going to come back to discussions because I know someone asked about it a second ago. But if I just do this, if I go to a repo and I want to have a look at the GitHub actions so it can get used. So if you say, for example, you want to get the content of stale, you can copy and paste this, and it's copies and pastes okay. But if you do, Command or Control A, it lights the whole page. So Stephen is right. You can click on raw, and then you could do it that way and kind of copy and paste that whole lot there as well. It's a good point. Thank you very much, Stephen. So discussions. Question was, what is discussions about? Discussions is, well, these are the topics down the side. It's a new feature on GitHub. Most repos don't have it. We have special access, early access to these things. And you can raise an issue on help or ideas or show and tell or thanks and so forth. So people have raised issues on reviewing their GitHub profiles, on their customization, or they've got a cool open source project. But my only criteria is it's about open source. That's my focus of our community, is having an open source safe space for everybody. So if you want to get your open source project reviewed, then raise an issue and just do a show and tell. People can put comments. Let me open one and have a look. So if I pick one, this is one we were having last night. So the question was asked about conflicts. That was raised as a really good question. Details, screenshot, brilliant. And so then I did a reply and gave some examples. And then the conversation continued. You can thread it. So it's a bit like issues, but issues on steroids. Because you can, if you look, here is one reply, but then now we can nest under that particular reply. So it's really important. And then when you don't just close it like you would with an issue, you can accept an answer. So we can see which answer got accepted. And we know it's been answered. So in discussions, if you want to see stuff that hasn't got any replies yet or hasn't got an answer, then you can go and answer. And I highly recommend getting involved in the conversation. It's not just about asking questions. That's one thing I do look for on GitHub when hiring people is, are they getting involved in the conversation? Are they trying to help other people? Even if you're only a few months into your career, you can still help someone else by listening or just by trying something out and saying, well, I get the same result. Or no, I tried that and I got something different. But you might find something that someone's got the same problem as you, like with the conflicts, and you might want it so it's solved, so you can see how they solved it and you can solve it too. So that's GitHub discussions. It's coming out very soon, I think in a month or two. I did do a video on it recently, about last week, I think, about the GitHub roadmap, so you can see what features are coming out. Code spaces are coming out very soon, any day now, and discussions are coming out soon. So do have a look at that video after this live stream, and you can see what exciting features are coming out. They got loads more, but I picked a few of the more exciting ones. So yes. Reddit inside GitHub. Yeah, kind of. Kind of. Have I moved my camera to the left? No, I'm in a temporary office at the moment. Let me think it's this button. Yeah, this is my temporary office at the moment. We're changing the floor downstairs because we had a water leak, so I'm just in one of the spare rooms. So cables everywhere, probably a hum on the mic I heard as well. So let's see. Right, so lots of notifications have come up. So have all the repos, have they had issues and pull requests created? Should we have a look? Right, add stalebot, brilliant. Create a Discord action lets you start an issue by creating a URL, whatever it's entered. Great idea. Awesome. Keep ideas coming in. So we've got stalebot added as an issue. Has anyone added the pull request yet? Add stale action. That's awesome. Is it the same person or is it someone different? Let's have a look. I'm hoping it's someone different to share the love. And it is somebody different, I think. Yes. Awesome teamwork. Love you, community. That's epic. Okay. So before we go into this pull request, Stephen, I left a comment on your awesome pull request, by the way. Very minor things. But I'm keen to get that merged in. Getting Edibot converted to Docker is awesome. So add a stalebot action. Let's have a look. Looks good. Right, so here we go. Let's just do this live. Approve. looks good. And if it doesn't look good and I break it and I miss it, then we'll fix it. It's not a problem. There we go. So let's merge. I think it's going into develop. Perfect. Merge. Done. Welcome to your green squares for today. I think you should have got one or two, at least one, if not two, in fact, in that now. Perfect. So, one thing I should have said was we should add to the description to close the issue, but that's fine. I can close it manually, just one less step from me. Thank you. Here we go. This was done. This was now completed in, did anyone remember the pull request number? I did not pay attention to it. I like to link things together. I think it's really important. So do try and link things with numbers and also in your commit message as well. 226 in 226. I want to close that, but you still get a green square for raising the issue, so that's awesome. And now you can see it's linked. And if you go to the pull request, it should also be linked backwards as well. There you go. You can still see it's linked backwards, so it's awesome. Perfect. And we've got an awesome message just coming as well. Love that community spirit. That's great. It's sleeping time in India. Sorry, miss you, but one day I get a job in GitHub. Thank you very much. Get some rest. Thank you so much for joining, Bunny Bloods. Right, okay, awesome. Right, everyone having fun. Okay, what next? Who else wants to create an issue? Let me check some other repos. I see notifications going crazy, which is great. So hopefully that's one project done. What's the next project we're going to do? Hacktoberfest. I think this one might be done already. Let me check. Workflow. Ah, it hasn't got a stale one. Okay, awesome. So does it have an issue? So this is the GitHub action. We will, GitHub action to sort users alphabetically. I will do that in a couple of days. We'll do that on a live stream. We'll do that together. So that's awesome. But, oh yes, I just realized, Vamsi, about the camera. You're right. It used to be above this screen. So when I was looking at this screen, I'd be looking at the camera. But now the camera's in front of me. Ah, yeah, when I'm looking at the screen, you see on the side of my face. I didn't notice that. Temporary office. Sorry, I'll get it sorted soon, hopefully. So yes, who wants a green square? Who else hasn't got a green square for today? We need an issue raised on this repo, and for this to add the stale action, and then we need a pull request to add the stale action. So do have a look through our community repos and see which repos are missing the. I'll share a link here in the chat. Which repos are missing the stale bot and the stale bot? I keep calling it stale bot. Stale action. And missing the community action. We need both of those on all our repos. And the great thing is about the community action is we can add it to all our repos, and if we update the action, it affects all our repos, which is awesome. And then we've got 114 members. So if you do want to join our GitHub organization and have it in your profile, so if I go visit somebody like Steve, go to his profile. I need to give a shout out to Steve. He's my biggest sponsor on GitHub. So Steve, thank you very much. That's awesome. And yes, you can see under organizations, he's part of our organization, which I need to rename. We need to come up with a better name for that. We're working on that. Do have a look. And if you want to follow me and see what I'm up to on GitHub and get involved, you can see I've got followers. You're welcome to follow me, and you can see what I'm up to and get involved in some of the conversations. You know, if I raise an issue, raise a pull request, just say hello in the comments back. I'd really appreciate that. And it just gets you used to the flow of using GitHub and gets your kind of name out there and all the rest. Right, so let's go back. Where did we get to? So Hacktoberfest practice needed the stale bot. The way to check is go into the repo, go to .github, and then go into workflows and see what files they've got. So this one has the community one. We're focusing on the community one at the moment, and the stale one. So this has community but doesn't have stale. So that's another one that needs to get added. Issue and pull request, so lots of green squares there. Support is a really good one to have a look for examples. It has both. So if you go to GitHub Actions, you go to workflows, it has community and it has stale. And what the community one does is actually records the stats for people. So with the community one, it includes a welcome message when you raise an issue or pull request, but also it's got a stats one that's recording all your comments and replies to a database. And then on our UI, which we haven't quite done yet, I want to list the top 10 people for today or something, I don't know, in real time using Firebase. So I want to collect the data Then we can see what we're going to do with it later on. Right. Who's still with me? Right, open source in the chat. Who needs some green squares today? Right, open source. While people are raising those issues and raising those pull requests, we can ask me questions in the chat. Just put a Q at the front. I'm here to help you, so let me know how I can help you. And we have discussed a bit about GitHub Actions. There will be a dedicated live stream to that. If you want to get a really easy green square and you've got a customized GitHub profile, then why not start a discussion on our discussions? Someone named it as Reddit on GitHub. But start a discussion and just say, can someone review my GitHub profile, customized profile? And then you'll get comments and reply. You can see some of these have 10 replies, and all the rest. So I've got one for today, thanks. Awesome, Micah, good to hear. Open source, yes. Even if you're unsure, just write open source in the chat. It'll make me really happy. Just curious how to join the organization. If you want to join the organization, then go to our support repo and go to issues, and then just start a new issue, and then just open a blank one, or doesn't really matter. I'll sort it out. But just say, please add me to your GitHub community organization or something like that. Oh, not that. Commuting. I can't spell. Community organization, or just organization. I'll know what it means, and I'll add you after the live stream, and then yeah, you can join us. We're now at 114, and we do have discussions on GitHub. So we sometimes start the chat in our Discord and raise a question. Then a lot of the time we do bring it over to here, and we like to have the conversation on here because then it doesn't get lost in the history of Discord. And it just helps your GitHub profile as well. So it helps everyone, right? It helps you get the green square for starting the discussion. It also helps the community because it doesn't get lost in the Discord history. People can then search for the same problem, the same question. Or if you put your profile on here for review, just gets you a bit more of exposure. People might follow you on GitHub. You being part of the organization. If I go back to the organization, you being part of it, people can then find you and then go check you out and have a look and see if they can offer you a job or work, etc. And if you also get involved in the conversation in discussions, support, pull requests, you're just getting your account more noticed on GitHub. It's putting you out there more, and then you might trend on GitHub and getting more publicity to yourself. Eddie equals open source. Yeah, I should rename myself. Just call me open source. Yeah, I just think open source is for everybody, and everything really, most things, maybe not everything, most things can be open source. I think if you say, oh, I need my project private because I've got passwords in it or private keys or tokens, then you're doing it wrong. That's no reason to have it private. Even if it was private, that's still the wrong thing to do. I see lots of notifications going up. So let me know who has raised issues and pull requests, and I can go let me know what repo it's on. Just put the name of the repo. You don't have to put any links in. I can go find it, and we can go have a look, and we can merge the pull requests, get you some more green squares for today. Right. And any invites to the organization I will do after the live stream. Okay. Right. And we do have a community website that I have been working on. The community has been working on this. It's been really awesome. So if I go to commits, you will see like loads of different people contributing to our community website. So that has been epic. We're using Tailwind for that, and we've all been learning that together, which has been great. And I can even have a look at the website. This is what it looks like at the moment. I think it's really cool. So we've got our repos here, which I think is great. And you can join our community by, this is a great addition recently. I think it was by Bolt, username is Bolt, or David from Portugal. And yeah, this is an awesome, so you can go there and they have the links at the bottom. We've still got more improvements to make, and I still want to get the community, I still want to get all of you on the website with your contributions to our project, just a counter, like no details, but that's something I'm working on. So I'm collecting the stats on the community side. Right, okay. Vamsi, I need a video on authentication. Have a look at Firebase authentication. It's actually really, really impressive. Although I do have a call with Auth0 about their authentication, but I just thought Firebase was much easier to work with. Is this community working on any specific project, or are there skill sets should have to join and contribute? That's a great question. Let's bring that up. It's going to cover my face because I put the wrong overlay, so my bad. But if I bring this up, you can't see me. I'm kind of the talking head behind it. You don't need any skills. You need the right attitude. When I hire people for my clients, I hire on attitude. Andrew does the same. I think Stephen does the same as well. We hire for the right attitude. It's not just about skills. Skills are important, but skills can be learned. Attitude can't be taught or learned. If someone's got the wrong attitude, it's really hard. So if you want to contribute, just get involved in the conversation. Helping someone else is also contributing. But if you want to get those green squares, then yes, you've got to raise an issue, start a discussion, make a commit. There are so many improvements that can be made. We're mostly working on we've got I've got 10 projects. I think one's been archived. Yeah, this one's been archived because it's just for a live stream demo. But we have got, 9 projects, and they all need a bit of love. And even projects, when they are in like a perfect state, they're never perfect. You get a new, fresh pair of eyes. This is why I love it when someone new joins a team. Doesn't matter if they're senior, junior, and I hate the word junior. Doesn't matter what level they're at. I always get them to look at our project and say, does this make sense? Because with their fresh pair of eyes adds so much value. So if you're new to our community, please look at our projects. And if something doesn't make sense, raise an issue. Get the green square for raising the issue and just say, I'm looking at this project. Doesn't make sense. What does it do? Or how do I get started? Or whatever it is, just raise an issue. What is the worst that's going to happen? We're going to say, oh, here it is in the documentation. We've already documented that. You must have missed it. Any more questions, let us know, and we close the issue. You still got the green square, and no one died, I promise you. So it's really important. Just start that conversation. Don't be shy. I think that's a big barrier to entry for people is that they're nervous to raise an issue. Maybe it looks like a stupid question. There are no stupid questions. And if there are, I will be asking them. So don't worry. Just ask everyone in our Discord. Does Eddie ask stupid questions? Yes. Does Eddie make lots of mistakes? Oh my God, yes. Actually, I want to do a video on that, actually. I do want to do a video on lots of stupid mistakes that I've made. Even after 15 years, etc., I'm still making lots of stupid mistakes. I actually did one a few days ago. And I think Bolt and Allah saved me. Because I reviewed a pull request. I said, looks great. I'll merge it when I get to my computer. And then when I get to my computer, the next day, because I was away, there were, 5, 6 comments by other people in the community of stuff that I had missed. And it actually would have broken the work. But I had missed it. So just putting comments and pull requests, feedback, even positive feedback, saying this looks great. I've learned from it or whatever it is, or constructive feedback. Oh, I think this can be improved. Do that. And our community GitHub Actions is actually collecting those statistics so we can have a counter of people's total activities, and maybe how much kind of value they've given back to the community. And it's not just about code, so that's really important. I hope that helps. Namal, I hope I pronounced your name right. But that's a great question, so thank you very much. Do get involved. You will only get better by getting involved. Imagine let me give you an example. And this is a really good example, I think. I didn't make this up. I heard someone say this. But if you watch someone working out in the gym or watch them on the TV doing sports, you're not going to get better at that sport. No matter how much tennis or football, cricket, whatever it is that you watch, you're not going to get better by watching it. Maybe a little bit better. You understand the rules a bit more. Maybe some of the quirks and some tricks. The only way to really get better at it is to go play that sport or go to the gym to get fitter. So with open source, I encourage everyone to just get involved. Even if you're, let's say if you're doing a sport for the first time, you're playing tennis, you might miss the ball, but you're going to get better each time. So if something doesn't make sense in our repositories, please raise an issue. Like I said, the worst case is the issue gets closed. You've got a green square for raising the issue. But I promise you that I'm sure your question, your idea, or your question saying something doesn't make sense is going to add so much value to our community. That's why we're a strong community, because everyone's really inclusive and they want that feedback. They're not defensive and go, oh, my work's perfect. We know our work isn't perfect and we want to get that feedback so we can get better and all the rest. So that's really, really important. Didn't you fix the comments showing up on my face? No, I didn't, Vamsy. I didn't fix it because I was too busy worrying about moving my office. Do you know how long it took me to move all this? And you can't even see half of it. I've got Okay, you got the screen here, screen here, screen here. But you got the green screen stuff, other bits behind me. It took me like 2 days to move all the kit upstairs, and then like another day then to connect all the cables and wires together. Like behind this desk that you can't see, it is like spaghetti junction. It is horrendous. That's probably why I've got the hum on the mic, because it's wrapped around probably a power cable or something. So yeah, I didn't fix that, but can someone raise an issue? Raise an issue. Perfect. Get the green square, right? Look, let's do this. Go to support and raise an issue. Doesn't matter what label it is. I can change the label later. Just raise an issue saying, Eddie, the comments overlay is on your face. Take a screenshot if you can as well, and let me know. I will, and because then you can add it to the issue and it makes perfect sense. So if you want to do that, then I can put it over my face now and you can take a screenshot. So yes, raise an issue, get the green square. By raising an issue, you get the green square, and you're adding value to the community, adding value to me, and everyone will be really appreciative of it. But raise a good issue, right? Add a screenshot if you can, and it just looks more engaging. But yes, that's one. And the hum for the mic. Can someone raise an issue for the hum for a mic? I'll forget. I'll do a live stream in 2 days. I'll completely forget about it, and it will get raised again. So yes, please do that. I was going to say DM me on Discord, but I look at GitHub more than I look at Discord, so do that. Sea of screens. Yeah, it's why so many. Because I don't do any work, I just try and pretend. I think if I have more screens, I can convince people I'm really busy. Although we're all in lockdown, so no one can see it. Maybe I'm trying to compensate for something. That was a joke. Namal, yes, looking forward to the contribute. Awesome, do it. Eddie uses entire 4K screen for his JS console. These are 5K screens, actually. So it's a 5K, 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 and 4K. So yeah, it's a lot of pixels. My iMac Pro is always crying. Right. Okay. Let's do some more open source. Yeah, that's right. GitHub is the new Discord. Exactly, right? And you get green squares for it. And it doesn't get lost, right? People can discover you from searching for things in Google. So it's awesome. Right, okay, so how is everything going? How are these repos looking? Let me check. Right, let me go. I'm going to open a repo in each tab. I'm going to check if it's been added to that repo already, the action. And if not, if there's been an issue for it. I'm ignoring the archive one at the bottom. Okay, here we go. EddieBot. What are we missing? So we've got workflows. We've got community. We've got stale. EddieBot is done. Perfect. And there's no issue to close. Okay, it's closing EddieBot. We're done on that. Let's go to the next one. The GitHub community action. This is actually the action, the custom action I wrote with JavaScript for that we're using in our other repos. But it also has workflows as well. So it's got community, but it doesn't have stale. Okay, right. Has anyone raised the issue on that? Add stale action. Perfect. Thank you very much. This person is stealing. Deepak, I think you've raised quite a few issues on this stream. Share the love. How many have you raised? Be honest. Let me know in the chat. How many have you raised? Like 3? You know, 2, 3 is enough for one person. Let's share it out over everyone else. Discord. Oh, maybe I think. Oh, wonder if you could write a wrapper that links to GitHub discussions, and therefore it gives you the chat as well as the threads. We could write something that does that. It'd be so much fun. Oh, I think a live stream coming up at the weekend. Okay, we think about that. Right. No, Deepak, I really appreciate you raising them, so thank you so much. I really do. I was just going to say, if you've raised a few, give a chance for other people to raise them. You can actually help in the chat someone else raising them, like show them which repos haven't got them yet. You know, in the chat, just say, I don't know, repo 123 hasn't got it yet, raise an issue. Help other people. It will help you stand out and people to kind of remember you in the community. And again, it just, if they remember you in the community, they might have a repo and say, hey, I've got this repo, do you want to contribute to it? And they'll just send you a link, and it just helps that kind of strengthen the community and your position within the community. So do help other people. I really recommend that. I have enough green squares for today. Exactly. Right. So let me check. Okay. So this one's got an issue, but it hasn't got a pull request. Oh, it has. Maybe it has. Oh, someone's done it already. Okay. You raised the poor. You got a lot of green squares for today. Have you done all the repos? Okay, I will. I'm sure this is fine. I'm not going to just go through most, and I'll leave that open for a second. We'll do that in a little bit. What else have we got? Okay, Hacktober practice. Your name comes up here again. See what I mean by contributing to open source? Now you're on my radar and you're on everyone's radar who is watching. So it's really important to contribute to open source. So I think this is actually a good example. So Deepak, it's a good thing. Don't worry. I'm not upset. It's great. You know, you saw that it needed to be created and you just went on and did it. And I think that's really good. And now, you know, you're on my live stream. We're talking about your pull request, your comment, your commit, your issues. I think that's really good. So hopefully I encourage other people just to put yourself out there. And actually, Deepak, because you're really good at this, let's do a demo just to show people that it's not scary. On one of the repos, maybe on this one, on Hacktoberfest practice, could you just raise an issue for me, Deepak? You're going to get one more green square, but I'm going to use you as a demo because obviously you're quite confident about this. Raise an issue, and the issue is going to be just smash your keyboard. Like, make the stupidest issue you can think of. Nothing rude, obviously, or anything like that, but make a crazy issue. And I want to show everyone that I'm just going to close it and show them that no one's going to die, no one's going to get hurt, no one's going to get upset. So people should always just raise issues. So I could raise this, but I want everyone in the community and watching to see that they're raising the issue shouldn't be scary. So if you don't mind doing that, I'll come back to that in a second. Eddie.bot UI, what do we have? We have workflows, we have community, but we have no stale. Aha! We need a stale issue on this one. So who wants this one? Go to our community, and Eddie.bot UI needs a stale issue and probably needs a pull request as well. It does. So lots of green squares for you people watching. Right, open source in the chat if you want some green squares, and go grab these. And don't wait for somebody else to do it. Go do it yourself, unless you've done it already, Deepak. And even if you raise it and someone else raises it, don't worry. We'll just pick the better one. And by better one, I mean the one with the more description. And we'll just close the other one. You'll still get the green square, so all is good. Don't worry. I think someone's done that and seen notifications come in if I refresh. Make me cry. Refresh and nothing happened. How are you, Eddie? Okay. This is a crazy issue. Perfect. Thank you, everyone, for raising crazy issues. This is awesome. It is about Hacktoberfest practice. This is great. Thank you all very much. Let's do this. Right. Add stale action is correct. So I'm going to leave that one. The next one's Vamsi. Look at this. It's not a helpful issue. And you would never do this, people. You know, obviously you're doing this now because I've asked you to do it. But generally speaking, you wouldn't do this. So everyone watching who's nervous about raising an issue or a question, no one is going to die from this. Look, all I'm going to do is say, thank you for the test issue. I want to hit close. And Vamsi, can you write in the chat and just let everyone know that you're still alive, that me closing this issue hasn't hurt you in any way? And so if you have any questions, if you look at our repos and something doesn't make sense, raise the issue on that repo. Please do. I think that would be awesome. What else do we have? We have another one. Here we go. Perfect. Open source is love. So I want to keep that. That's actually really good. But again, thank you for the test issue. Thumbs up. And I'm going to close it. Green square, and no one got hurt, no one got upset. I'm actually really excited about these. So that's great. Again, this is a crazy issue. Perfect. You know, brilliant. So there are no silly issues apart from these ones, but we knew they were going to be silly. Oh, I didn't mean to close that. So definitely raise issues and ideas that you have. Right. Again, hi Eddie, how are you? Awesome. Thank you. Here we go. Awesome, thank you. How are you? I'm just going to close it. And we can still continue, even though it's closed, we can still continue the conversation. So it's fine. And everyone's got lots of green squares for that. This issue does not make sense, but here it is anyway. Awesome, Cowabunga, love that, brilliant. Thank you for the test issue. Close. So now everyone's got those green squares and it's good practice. I'm not saying you do that all the time, but I want to show to people that it is not a bad thing to raise an issue if you're asking a question, need more about it. I got so many notifications to go through after this live stream. Vamsi writes, I'm alive. And if you don't believe me, let me bring it up on the screen. Here we go. Right, covering my face. just for you all. But it is, again, I'm alive. And Deepak's excited for my contributions. Loads more coming as well. But Eddie's assistant is calling me. Awesome. Okay. Oh, I see Nightbot's being a bit aggressive, so apologies if Nightbot is blocking some messages and all the rest. Nightbot's a bit temperamental. Okay, let's have a look. So we did Hacktoberfest practice, and I think we had a pull request for that. Add my name to the end. Stephen, awesome. Created stale. Again, brilliant. Okay, let's move on to the next repo. EddieBot UI. Let me refresh this. So who has created a real issue? No one has created a real issue adding the stale issue to this repo. Okay, and it's for the first timers, I suppose, or the people new to open source. So if you're really an open source expert or you've got your green squares for today, don't raise this, please. Give someone else a chance. But someone else, let me share the link in the chat, and you need to raise an issue, then someone can raise the pull request. Okay, awesome. Okay, cool. You gave an issue in support. Is there another issue in support? Let's have a look. Eddie's comment, perfect, Bug. Thank you very much. Awesome. A few people have raised it. Perfect. That's great. I'll go through those later on. Thank you very much. That's great. Oh, that screenshot as well. Ha! Perfect. Screenshot as well. That's epic. Really great. Love that. Really, really good. Ramsey, no screenshot. I'm closing yours. You got there first, but I'm going to close yours because there's no screenshot. So you're 91 and 92. So I'll just say duplicate of 92. No, 92 is wrong. What was the number? I forget. Anyone pay attention to the number? 192. Of 192. You still get the green square for today. Thank you very much for raising it. But I like the screenshot. Okay. I'll have a look at that later on. Right. So EddieBot UI. Refresh the page. Still, we've got like 20 people watching, and we've got a few people who have raised issues and pull requests, which is awesome. Let's get a few of the quieter ones. So the people who are watching who haven't got involved in the chat or haven't raised an issue yet or a pull request, let me know how I can help you do that, or how someone else in the chat can help you do that. Because I'm really keen to show you that it isn't scary. And once you get started, these things snowball and you just get involved so much. And it's pretty awesome. So we'll come back to this repo. Okay, Ramsey. Sorry for the confusion. I'm a bit slow reading the chat, so I kind of get excited and move further ahead. Perfect. I'd like to raise a PR, but I have some contributions for today. Okay. If you have some contributions already, let's give other people a chance. But, in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, when the stream comes towards the end, if there are stuff hanging around, which I'm sure there will be, you're welcome to do it. Or even after the stream, go and raise them, and I'll get round to reviewing and merging those in. So I'm just really keen to get, before Hacktoberfest, get people into open source and show them that it isn't scary and it is welcoming. And you can't make mistakes. You actually can't. The worst thing is it just gets closed. You will never damage someone else's project. It's not a problem. So if in doubt, make the change. Okay. Let's have a look. Right, nothing's still in this repo. What other repos have we got? Support, I'm going to close. This is the website. So we have here GitHub. Nothing. That needs two. That needs two PRs. It needs one for community and one for stale. Are there issues created for it? Add community action. Perfect. That was added 6 days ago. Someone raised that already. Perfect. Good first issue. Brilliant. So we need a stale issue on this repo, and we need then two PRs. Awesome. Right. How's everyone doing? Everyone's still holding up? Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And maybe you want to share the video with your friends. And if you really love me and open source, then you're welcome to sponsor me. I do have a few sponsors already. You're welcome to sponsor me. I do have just $1. It's fine. I don't need a lot. So yes, right. What other repos have we got? Let's have a look. So we did the website one, right? We did an issue for this, a stale issue. And then the profile one, let's have a look. Check the .github folder and check the workflows folder. That hasn't got it either. So this one also needs 2 pull requests, one for community, one for stale. And it's just copying it out of the support repo. And then for issues, 8 days ago, yeah, it needs 2 issues raised as well. Get those green squares. Right. And then this one doesn't have anything on here. Okay, wow. So we do it on this one as well. There's lots of green squares available to people. So people get started. I think as you know, haven't got much left on the live stream, then I think people go crazy. Even if you've got green squares for today, go and get some more. Right? You deserve it. You've hung on. You're still here towards the end of the live stream. I think that's just, awesome. So go crazy, go nuts. I will do a tweet and I will say that if people do want to get some green squares, then go check it out. But have a look at which repos don't have that .github workflows folder with a community YAML and a stale YAML. And they need an issue for each and then a pull request for each. This is awesome. And I will get around to doing it. So yeah, go crazy. So this is another repo. And then the map one, how about the map one? Let's see, does it have it? Doesn't have it either. So that repo also needs 2 issues and 2 pull requests. That means that's like kind of 6 green squares up for grabs on one repo alone. That's pretty awesome. And it will help the community. And it'll be really good because we want to get those community contributions. The map is a really good project. I need to pick this up again. If you haven't seen it, what it does is when you're in Discord on the live stream, when you put your location in, which I'm going to change slightly so you don't have to keep putting in your location, but you put your location and you just say here or something with the bot command, and it places you on the map. And then I think the actions down the right I'm going to go because that really kind of killed our Firebase connection and all the rest. And it just shows people, it goes to your location, shows your profile and shows your roles. So that's pretty cool. I think of rewriting that. That's in Tailwind and Angular. I think Angular scares a lot of people, so I want to look to change it. I might do that in Vue. Keep Steve happy. Steven, you got me into Vue. So you got me into Tailwind, which I love, by the way, so thank you very much for that. Now you're getting me into Vue. I hope I have the same reaction as I did with Tailwind. That was awesome. Right. Okay. Let's have a look. Lots more issues. Perfect. Oh, that's a duplicate tab. Let's merge some of these. Right. So we've got 54 add stale action. And then this is the pull request. One thing I was just going to give you some tips on pull requests. So we've got this pull request, but you also have this issue. It says 53. So on the pull request, what you should do is in a description, I've forgotten the number already. I think it was 53. Say closes or fixes 53. And it just gives me less work because then when I merge this or close this, then it will automatically close that issue as well. I think this is good. Perfect. Looks good. Thank you. I'll give you a thumbs up. There we go. Let's get this merged. Let's do it. Merge. Done. Perfect. So that's that repo done. What else have we got? Add my name to the end. Steven's getting some green squares for today. Make your issues and your pull requests stand out. Not necessarily in the code changes, but you're right in the description. I think that's just awesome. Perfect. So they're just going to review it, make sure Steve didn't make any mistakes. It's not even in alphabetical order, Stephen. I need to do the GitHub action in a couple of days. Therefore, people can just fill out a JSON file, and it just generates this file for them automatically. I mean, I'm not too precious about it, to be honest. But I could put a comment and say not alphabetical. Not please put in alphabetical order. I mean, what I could do if Stephen wants extra green squares, or if you want extra green squares, I could just merge this and accept it, and someone else could send a pull request, which is moving Stephen to be alphabetical. Let's do that. Let's get you some more green squares for today. We're going to think smart, little and often. So this adds value already. Putting Stephen in this list adds value to the community already. Let me write alphabetical order can come in another PR by someone else, maybe. I want to approve it, and I want to merge it. I'm just going to say in the commit message, put Stephen's name. Right, so it's been merged. So that adds value already. If we go to the README at the bottom, we'll see Stephen's name. But it's not in alphabetical order. So someone else now can add more value to the project by putting it in alphabetical order. Okay. Got some issues. Perfect, missing link. Perfect. Lots of stuff. Awesome. This project has taken a bit of a back burner for a while. I think it was done with React and not a lot of people used it, I think. So we're going to look at changing that a bit and maybe use Tailwind rather than custom CSS. So this might need a reboot, this project soon. So do get involved. I don't know what we're going to use, but probably Tailwind because it really helps everybody. But in terms of what else, I'm not sure yet. So looking good. Right. You know, I think you've all got the hang of this, which is awesome. So I'm probably going to go get a drink shortly. And then I can come back and go through all your awesome issues, pull requests, anything that you've been raising. So that's great. Refreshing these. We're still missing issues on this for stale, for the stale bot and the community bot. Action, not bot. Ignore that. Definitely need to get that drink. Let's call it a day there, everyone, I think. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share it with your friends and family, like the TV ads. And you can follow me on GitHub if you want to see what I'm up to. And let's continue the conversations in our GitHub organization, which I should have open here. And those of you who sent requests to raise issues on the support repo to get an invite, I'll send you the invite later on today. And let's geek out more. Let's do more open source. Let's practice for Hacktoberfest so you can get the t-shirts, get the stickers. And then also remember, in the macro, you can get the job and money that you want and that you deserve. And that makes me so happy to hear people getting job offers from their GitHub. And it's going that way, right? Get ahead of the trend, get ahead of the curve, do it. I haven't looked at the chat in a while, actually. Let me have a look and see what I've missed. Let's have a look. I have missed some things. Okay, Stephen, thank you very much for putting the link in. That helps. Awesome. GitHub is amazing. I've just received another job offer email now. Love that. Send me that in a DM as well. I'm so going to use it. I'm going to cover my face for that. That deserves it. That deserves it. Here we go. Alex, cover my face just for you because you received another job offer. I get all my job offers, my clients, from people looking at my GitHub, finding me on GitHub. So I just can't encourage people enough to do it. But remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Don't try and do a whole weekend of like 100 commits and loads of pull requests on GitHub. It doesn't work like that. You need to do little and often. Try and do every day. Try and do something. By something, I don't mean a pull request. I mean, let me get my face back here for a second. I mean, do something like raise an issue one day and get you a green square. If you've got time to do more, do more. Maybe the next day, do a reply, do a comment to someone else's issue, someone else's pull request. That is just as important. I know you don't get a green square for doing a reply, but people will get you noticed. And it's important for, it's like if you were just posting on Twitter, on socials all the time, you didn't like someone, you didn't reply, you didn't retweet. You wouldn't grow, people wouldn't realize, people wouldn't discover you, to follow you, to like your tweet. So get involved in that conversation. But that has made my day. That is awesome. That is really, really good. Again, because of my profile. Absolutely. You should have a few issues raised for EddieBot UI. Mikey, thank you very much. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Convert it to Python, then talk to me. I don't think it needs Python. I don't think it needs so much. I want to keep it lightweight. Oh, wow. I have missed out on lots of chat. Deepak, thank you, Eddie. Had a great time getting some green squares. Awesome. I want to try and do these more often. Do let me know in the comments below, not in the chat now because I'll miss it and forget. But do let me know in the comments below after the live stream what videos you would like to see, what live streams you would like to see. Would you prefer to see longer live streams of say 2-3 hours, which is a lot of work, but I'm more than happy to do it for you, for all of you. Or would you prefer to see like over more days, like shorter, like 1 hour live streams? Like as an example, would you rather have one day of a 3-hour live streams and do that once a week or twice a week, or would you rather have 3 times a week, 4 times a week, like 1 hour live stream? Let me know what would work. I'm really interested to get that feedback from you. And I do want to do a video series on GitHub and all the rest, but we'll talk about that another time. Let's have a look at the messages before we go. Had an awesome time. Awesome, great. Looking forward to contributing first time in Hacktoberfest. Definitely get practicing now. Get all the small kind of contributions now, and then later on you can do the the bigger stuff. It just takes practice. By the way, opened a PR and HTML table Git generator. Awesome, loving that. Can't wait to check these out. I know it doesn't need Python. I'm just dreaming. We're all just dreamers, but some of our dreams do come through, right? We dream high, dream big, and we'll make little changes every day. Can I do it daily, 1 hour every day? I did actually. I think it was in March, April, like the first month of lockdown. I did an hour every lunchtime. I did like a live stream every day, and it was really good fun. And therefore, some days people couldn't make it, and other days people could. So therefore, it was really good. I'll see if I can do it. I'm gonna try and get a schedule going. Will a schedule help? Because usually I just kind of go live like now, or not now as in this time, but I like hit live and go live, or I say right in 1 hour I'm gonna go live or something. Would a schedule help? Like if I said right every Tuesday at 3 p.m. and every Thursday at 3 p.m. that's UK time, for example, would that help to have a schedule? And every Saturday morning at like, I don't know, midday or something like that? Would having a schedule help? Let me know. I'm really curious to know if that would help. Stephen, buy yourself a nice shielded USB cable for open source champagne. Thank you very much. CHF. What's CHF? Is that like from Switzerland? Swiss franc. Yeah, I guessed right. Cool. Awesome. Thank you very much for that, Stephen. You're already sponsoring me on GitHub. Okay, but thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Stephen, your support in the community and your financial support is always awesome. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. We used to have fun every lunchtime. We did, didn't we? I really enjoyed it every lunchtime. I really did. It was good fun. And it kind of became just like a habit. It became really relaxed. It just felt like I was meeting friends and colleagues at the canteen or a restaurant at lunch. So that was really good fun. Although I never brought my food because you don't want to hear me munching on my food while we're streaming, but it was really good fun. I loved your support from everyone, and Vamsi yourself, you were always really encouraging about starting early. You'd come on like 10 minutes before and go, right, I'm ready, Eddie, let's go. And I was like, oh, yes, let's go. I was just really excited and passionate about that. So that's cool. It's nice to have it in the background, better than lo-fi music loops. Cool. Thank you, Carl. That's awesome. Corporate hedge fund money. True. Yeah, that's we'll all join you in Switzerland, Stephen. We don't need a USB cable, but Swiss wine is actually the best. Yes, this is a XLR cable because it goes into my cloud lifter, which goes into my Zoom H6. So I just think it's wrapped around some power cables. That's probably why. I'm gonna be nervous about listening to this live stream afterwards and just seeing how bad it was. Hopefully not too bad. But everyone, you've been so supportive, and I really appreciate it. Everyone being here, and Stephen providing money, financial support as well, which is great. It allows me to do more. So thank you all so much, Mikey. That is awesome. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate that. And everyone being here, I really appreciate it. It does give me energy to do more. So give me some feedback afterwards in the comments below. Let me know what daily live streams if you would like that. Just whatever you want, just put it in a comment below and I'll see what I can do. And I'm trying to get some GitHub swag for our community. So I'm speaking to GitHub about that. So I'll see what I can do. It's going to take time. Maybe I can get some swag for you all. I don't want to get the swag and post it to you all because it's a lot of work for me. I'm trying to see if I can maybe get some kind of shop credits, and then you can kind of fill in your details and any tax that you need to do and all the rest, then you can just kind of do it. So let's see. But thank you so much. That is awesome. Mikey and Steve, I don't think I can bring those ones up on the screen. Or maybe I can. Let's just see. Does that work? Yeah. Stephen sponsors me on GitHub as well, so I really appreciate that. Thank you, Stephen, and helps loads of people in the community. So that's epic. And also, Mikey helps so many people in the community. Always there to provide feedback, even if He doesn't know a particular technology. He's always there to listen and jump on calls with people. And I love that. That's what our community is about being supportive and helping people in open source. So I love that. Thank you very much. Real money. Grace for the outburst. We always blame Stephen for everything, so it's fine. Thank you all. I think I want to call it a day there. We've been going for almost an hour and a half. 7 to 8 minutes already. Yeah, exactly right. Nightbot actually punished people for spamming open source, did it? I'm so sorry, everyone. If you did write open source and Nightbot was a bit angry, I'll go tell Nightbot off now. I wonder if I can exclude the word open source so Nightbot just lets that go through. So let's see. But thank you all again. It put folks on timeout. That's why it's quiet. I didn't realize that. So apologies for everyone for Nightbot being a bit mean, but we will look into that and sort that out for next time. Maybe someone can raise an issue on support and say, Nightbot blocked me for writing support, and I can writing open source. I definitely need that drink. Ban closed source. Yeah, it's probably Stephen broke it for everybody by writing closed source. Everyone have a great day, and I look forward to our next live stream, probably on Thursday, GitHub Actions, and then the following Tuesday or Thursday, I will create a live stream event soon. I have a guest from Singapore talking about some JavaScript framework. I can't remember what it is. I've forgotten. And then we have a Nux one coming up a few days later. Let me see. So next Thursday, we have a live stream on... I don't know. I can't remember. I've made a note of it, but I didn't say what the subject was. Okay. But yes, I'll figure that out and let you all know. So stay tuned. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. Hit the bell button so you get notified and give the video a thumbs up. Everyone, have a great day. It was absolutely epic. Thank you all very, very much. And we'll see you all soon.